I'm Omar Kenyatta Clark, an advocate, overcomer, and hope speaker who's faced life's hardest challenges head on. On this podcast, I bring you honest conversations, real stories, and practical wisdom to help you heal, grow, and rise stronger than ever. This is Voices of Hope, where we turn struggle into strength, pain into purpose, and isolation into connection. If you're ready to break free from what's holding you back, achieve true success, and become the best version of yourself, get ready for a journey like no other. Let's ride. Let me take you back, before the hospital, before the trauma. I was a psychology student at Misericordia University, focused, driven, committed to helping people through the very mental and emotional struggles I understood deeply, even then. After graduation, I volunteered at Pilgrim Psychiatric Hospital for 3 years. I wanted to be close to the work, close to the people who society often forgets about, the voices locked behind clinical labels and institutional walls. I saw their humanity, and it only deepened my passion. Eventually, I took the leap and applied to doctoral programs. 7 interviews, 7 opportunities. I was ready. But right after that very first interview, my life took a hard, sharp left turn. I suffered a severe mental health crisis, so intense I had to go to the hospital. It wasn't just depression or anxiety, it was a full breakdown. I would find myself inside the very kind of psychiatric hospital I had once volunteered in, this time as a patient. That alone was humbling, but it got worse. While in the ER, I became a victim of police brutality, and I mean brutality in the truest sense of the word. I was tased multiple times, my body seized, my heart gave out. In that time, I truly believed I was taking my last breath. But I woke up in the ICU, a tube in my throat, struggling to breathe, doctors surrounding me, urging me to cough to clear my airway. I then was transferred to the cardiovascular unit because electric shocks had damaged my heart. I was 25 years old, in the psychiatric hospital, nearly dead and completely broken. My mind was fractured, my body was weak, my spirit, though, was not. And this is where something powerful happened. Even there, at my lowest, surrounded by machines, uncertainty, and pain, God opened a door. While I was still in the psychiatric hospital, my mother helped arrange a phone interview for me with Dr. Nancy Boyd Franklin, a clinical leader and mentor I had long admired. I spoke to her from the hospital, still healing, still unsure if I was even ready. And against every odd, I was accepted into the clinical psychology doctoral program at Rutgers-Gazap, the top program in the country at that time. That moment felt like divine intervention. But the battle wasn't over, not by a long shot. The 5 years that followed were some of the hardest of my life. I experienced multiple mental health relapses during the program. I didn't finish the doctorate the way I had planned to. And yes, there were times when I questioned everything. My calling, my capacity, even my worth. But here's what I gained that no degree could ever give me. Resilience. True resilience. I learned what it means to fall apart and come back together again, piece by piece, stronger, wiser, more compassionate. That experience, the trauma, the awakening, the fight to stay alive, became the foundation of something bigger, the Omega Principles. This book wasn't just something I wrote, it's something I lived. Every chapter is born from my scars, stitched together by faith, and focused on more than just recovery. It's about good success, the kind that nourishes your soul, not just your bank account. It's a guide for healing your mind, body, and spirit. It's about aligning with truth, and it's my offering to those who are still in the fire searching for light. I didn't come through all that just to move on. I came through it to move people, to speak life into silence, to turn my pain into a platform. That's what this podcast is about. You may not have been in a psychiatric hospital, but if you ever felt like your life was spiraling, if you ever faced something that nearly broke you, if you ever looked in the mirror and wondered how you're still here, then Voices of Hope is for you. You've heard part of my story. You've seen the scars. So now you might be asking, why? Why open up about something so personal? Why talk about pain, trauma, and mental illness so publicly? Is it for attention? For sympathy? Or just a marketing tool for a book? Let me be clear. Nothing could be further from the truth. Yes, I wrote a book, but that book isn't the goal. It's a tool, a vehicle, a way to carry out a mission that's much bigger than me. I share my story because when I was in my darkest hour, I didn't see people like me being honest about what they were going through. I didn't have someone to say, I've been there, and I'm still here. So now I choose to be that example for someone else. My mission is to inspire hope for those who are silently suffering, to be a voice for the voiceless, to stand up for those society too often ignores, misunderstands, or throws away. Mental illness pushes people to the margins, but I refuse to let them be invisible. And most urgently, this is about saving lives. Too many of our brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters are dying, whether by suicide or by systemic failures that criminalize their suffering. Their cries for help are misread as threats, and we lose them before we even know they were hurting. We can't ignore this anymore. We can't stay silent. So I will continue to speak, to write, to stand in the light, not for attention, but so others can find their way out of the darkness. This is not just my fight. It's our fight. Mental health touches every community, every family, every human being. And while I'm willing to stand on the front lines, I know I can't do it alone. So I'm inviting you, not just to listen, but to act. Raise awareness. Spread compassion. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Be part of the solution. Together we can make a difference. Together we will. Next time I'm diving into the language we use to talk about mental illness. We are going to shift the paradigm. You won't want to miss it. Until then, let's rise. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs encouragement, healing, or a reminder that they're not alone. You can follow me on Facebook at Omar Kenyatta Clark or Instagram and YouTube at omar.kenyatta for more inspiration, updates on the Omega Principles, and behind the scenes from this journey. Remember, true success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become. So keep rising, keep healing, and above all, keep walking with purpose. I'm Omar Kenyatta Clark, and this is just the beginning. Until next time, let's rise.